inside now of the Landmark lanes, just a small part of the Landmark Recreation Facility.
Chris, Paul Moser on the telecast in the rollways last week. In the championship round again this week, has severely cut a ring finger. It may give him some trouble right at the joint. He uses a fingertip grip, and that ring finger is split wide open.
Last week finished fourth, losing to the eventual winner, Earl Anthony, 254 to 191. .47 for Paul on the left lane. Last week, Paul did win a game against Tom Lasko, 192 to 171. And just shows what perseverance will do, Nelson. Started this week on 109th, tied for 29th after 2 rounds, then qualified in 12th position to come up and finish third rather.
He's been bowling steady all winter, has finally got it together the last 2 weeks.
All right, good job. Marking with the spare, Paul Moser. Now Earl Anthony.
Well, it's simple. The key for Anthony, he's hit the right-hand lane here at Landmark, lane 30, very well. He must make the adjustment on lane 39.
Smooth, organized, consistent Earl Anthony opening the second game in our live coverage from Peoria with a strike.
Earl contemplating in between games what to do on the left-hand lane. Once again, he has 2 decisions, either to kill the ball, which he did on his fill ball, and throw it dead straight at the pocket, hope it doesn't go high. He got a strike on his fill ball. I think he'll try that in his first shot again. He'll break his wrist back in a broken position and roll the ball straight towards the pocket with no break.
With a double. And we're in Peoria, home of Caterpillar. They employ 33,000. And you know, Bo, Arnold Palmer and I, we like toys. And those bulldozers are one of the great toys anybody can have, you know.
A little expensive for the average person.
Yeah. And that's what Paul would like to do, is doze out the 10 pins here. He has a spare up shooting in the second. 6-pin on the right lane at 5 feet 4 inches tall, 155 pounds. He was born in Stoneham, Massachusetts, lived in Medford, Brockton, Somerset.
Notice how Moser keeps his elbow right next to his body in a starting position. Watch this. Helps the arm swing stay in. There it is, elbow tucked right next to the body.
All right, Paul Moser. We asked him earlier what it was about being short in bowling.
Well, there's definitely an advantage. I think that you don't have to have as much knee bend. A big, tall fella has to have a lot better knee bend and more control in his knees, and a shorter player has to bend less at the line.
Okay, so people that who are average sized, as our colleague Jim McKay would always say, you do have an advantage, as Paul Moser just told you. Trailing by 11, shooting in the 3rd frame, second game.
Of the 2 players, Chris, I believe Moser has the advantage, even though Anthony has been tough on Moser over the years, and Anthony's already got 1 match win under his belt today in the championship round, because Moser throws the harder straight ball, and that's what it looks like it's going to take on lanes 37 and 38 here at Landmark.
Anthony defeating Mike Aulby of Indianapolis. Aulby $5,000. Even Frank Esposito smiled. Were there any sideboards used there?
Hey, Chris, you said it, the sideboard. Watch the headpin go to the sideboard and take out the 3. The backdoor shot. What a tremendous break. And once again, as you could see, if there were no sideboards up there that time, Earl would have left as many as 6 pins standing. So what an important part they play in the game.
All right. 3-bagger. 4th frame. Second game. Pesky 7-pin on the left lane.
Anthony changing balls to shoot the spare, a harder ball for the spare.
I got it.
frame, leading by 20 pins in the second. Cutting the lead to 10 pins.
Moser can even the match with another strike.
Three in a row. Paul Moser.
And is that Moser looking good out there? He really threw those last two balls sensational.
Bowling proprietor Earl Anthony in Dublin, California. What a sharp hook at the last minute, leaving the 2 and the 4. Earl is mic'd. Look at that, bowler of the year 3 times. Spare in the 5th frame. And he has lost the lead by 2.
Well, apparently he has it figured out. He even said to himself, that'll do it. He looked down, he changed the board he's standing on, threw a more natural shot that time, and that should be a big confidence builder as this match continues.
You know, last week, Nelson, before they competed in a tournament in which he won, he said he just couldn't find the place, the spot, but he went on to win.
Well, he found it as he hit the pocket 19 consecutive times last year, last week when he got zeroed in.
Beautiful. 4 in a row for Paul Moser. A 33-year-old who travels with his wife Debbie in a mobile home from tournament to tournament. Next stop, North Olmsted, Ohio. And there is Debbie.
A 170 average bowler in her own right.
All but the 6, ending the string at 4. Still leading by 11 pins. 128 make it through the 5th frame.
Moser slipped slightly on his pivot step, his second to last step. His left foot came out from under him just slightly, did not get the leverage and the speed that he wanted, thereby going a little high, leaving the 6.
Earl Anthony won the first match. Now in the second, he's trailing Paul Moser. Here's a great bowling champion, Earl Anthony, with a strike up that could cut the lead to 1. But no. Leaves the 3, 5, 6, 9.
And a bit mystified at the right-hand lane.
Amazing.
He said amazing. He thought he threw a strike the frame before he left the 2-4, cutting through, and then he made an adjustment on the approach and went light, left the 3, 5, 6, 9. So his margin of error is not much.
Anxious moment at the line for Earl Anthony, marking with a spare in the 7th frame, trailing by 11.
No one has had an open frame in this match, where in the first match, Earl had 2, and Aulby had 5.
Oh, 7.
Solid 7. Nobody knows better than Earl that just not much you can do about it.
Smooth stroke. Spare in the 8th frame for Earl Anthony. Anthony won the first match against Mike Aulby, 189 to Aulby's 141. Eighth frame, leading by 12, spare up. Leaving the 7, 8th frame.
Moser, a good break. He pulled up or reared up at the line that time and lost control of the ball at the last second. Almost cut through and got the 6-7 split. 3-pin going the sideboard, knocking out the 6 and the 10. Moser putting a little rosin on his ball to get a better grip. Bowling in that thumb hole, warm it up.
This is the Professional Bowlers Tour, our 7th stop. Toledo, underrated city, let me tell you. It's a great city. 9th frame, leading by 11, a spare working. A 4.
Last week, Moser started his game very well in the championship round, then started laying the ball down. You see him swing through there. When he gets the ball about 8 to 12 inches over the foul and lift it out there, Debbie checking the score sheet on the side, knows the match is close. When he gets that ball slightly over the line, he has good control and good direction. That time he just lost it at the bottom of his swing. Got a good break and easy spare.
Meanwhile, the first right-hander of the show is warming up. Ooh, just got it. Just made the 4. Spare in the 9th frame, and now Earl Anthony is up to shoot on the right lane in that foundation frame of the 2nd match. A winner of the 1st over Aulby, 189 to 141. Here at the Landmark Lanes, a tremendous facility cheering that strike for Anthony.
Earl Anthony in a situation where he can take the lead in a match or even it up. If he strikes, they are dead tied after 10 frames. If he doubles, he forces Paul Moser.
One at a time. Get it down.
Good advice for anybody. He just gave himself 1 strike at a time.
Organized. Took his own advice, an even match. Our 2nd here in Peoria, Illinois. Hope you're enjoying the live coverage. These fans are.
As many matches on a Pro Bowlers Tour go, down to the very last ball, the fellow who can perform under the pressure. So far, Anthony's got 1 strike in the bag. The match is all even. He can take the lead here.
Even though they're competing on a championship pair, we have monitors all throughout this 50-lane establishment where the spectators can see it as you see it at home as well.
Get up.
Open with 3 in a row.
See the intensity of the eyes of Earl Anthony. He knew he threw it well and got a great break off the sideboards once again. He's using them this week. His situation becomes this. With a strike here, Earl Anthony can force Moser to get all 3 strikes for a tie.
Down the lane. Down the lane. All right, come on.
236. You're seeing the ingredients that have made him a champion. 33 victories, Earl Anthony. And now, Paul Moser, gutty, 5-4, tough. Spare in the 9th, and pressure's on.
Must strike. Needs all 3 strikes, 10th, 11th, and 12th to tie. As soon as he misses, he would be out.
All right, 2 to go.
What a position for the wives to be sitting in, not more than 10 feet away from their husbands, bowling for a tremendous, tremendous prize. Whoever wins this match will go on to bowl George Pappas. If he gets 2 strikes, they will tie 2-frame roll-off.
And the loser has to settle for $6,000. Has to.
Not a bad week's work.
No. Up high, left the 4-pin, and that's it. Earl Anthony has won his 2nd match here in the AMF MagicScore Open at the beautiful Landmark Lanes in Peoria. 236 for Anthony, 226 for Moser.